in and out, how we be moving. All gas, no break, yo, we be cruising. You and I, do or die, but ain't no losing. In and out, how I be moving. Catch a vibe on the scene, all net. Feel like I'm being all hooks. I feel like Kareem. Dream shake, I feel like Hakeem. I can't believe that I'm living this life.
All right, we watch this video, you watch that video, close this tab, close that tab. I've been vibing with the reactions though. Oh, you know what? Let's finish our video game video. All right. Honestly, I think most of the other franchises up in here I won't have played, but at least we could talk about some more video games. I love talking about games, as y'all know. Shout out to TBH because like it's funny, bro. Be raiding the community like that. Like I said the time and time again, my dead like will put a TBH video on when I'm cleaning the crib. Like, so I really appreciate my dog.
Essentially 9-year break between game entries. And I don't think
so. This video we started the last stream, but it was late as hell and I got tired. This is game series that nobody expected to die. Let's finish this up.
Got into like a used video game store and you're looking through the shelves of pretty much any console and you randomly see like a bunch of these Cabela games, which is actually a pretty insane gaming franchise that used to get games constantly.
Oh, hey, I recently went to GameStop. Don't ask me why I went in there. They scammed me. But I bought a whole bunch of used games. I was thinking of doing a series. Do I got the bag up in here? So the series that I'm thinking of doing is I go to a local GameStop, find some games in a sales rack, and then once a week on stream, or maybe once every 2 weeks, I play them. Again, no, this was the same day. I told you I was up in the sales rack and like, hey, honey, check for that that Kingdom Hearts. This time I didn't buy a whole lot of different shit. I bought like games that I know I'm gonna eventually do videos on. All right, so is it on my table? I'm gonna leave y'all here for a second. I'm not gonna be gone for too long. If I can't find it, I can't find it. Hold on.
Eventually.
So, one of my goals is right now, I bought a physical version of the PS5 when it first dropped, but I've never took advantage. I've never took advantage of me having a physical PS5. So it's time for me to start to build up my gaming collection. And yes, I will start to buy certain games because there's games that I need to play. Like, I heard a whole lot about Expedition 33. I'm gonna play that game eventually, try that, all like that. But when I seen the sales work, I said this is a perfect excuse for me to try to like build up my physical game collection. So I bought an NHL game. This is old as hell. Yes, I know it's 2022. All right, we bought this. This is another one. This is 24. Just building up the physical game collection. Look, you see they had the hockey games on sale. I said, I'm going to buy them. Bought the hockey. We've been playing MLB lately. As you can tell, they had all the sports games on sale. I can't skip a sale. Why the did I buy this Madden? Just for the physical game. Whole lot of sports games. Oh, Sifu. Gas. I had to buy this. When I seen this, I already played this game. I already own this game. I'll be about to see this on sale and not pick this up. This game is fire. This me in the chokehold, and I died so many times in this game. So I bought Seafood. It was $20. Oh, I bought an AEW game. Honestly, this game is not good. This game ain't good. Shout out to AEW. Show me out a lot of love. My dog Swerve. This game ain't good. The reason why I bought this game, I'm just building up my physical game collection. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Because I don't own no physical PS5 games. So these are some of my first. PS5 been out for too long for me to have not buy none. And then I seen this bull. What the is this? This is Little League World Series. What is this? Boy, I ain't never seen this in my life. Tough. But in that bin though, obviously I got mostly sports games because that's what they had on sale. But I was like, yo, I think I might do a series where once every 2 weeks, once a week, I drive to a GameStop near me, see what they got on sale, and try to see the shit that's in a sale bin and see if it was like fire. 1 of 6, not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna let y'all know my mindset of why I bought these games. So somebody might steal some ideas, but who gives a fuck? I think highly of myself to know that even if you take the idea, you can't do it like I'm gonna do it. I want to eventually get to the point to where in my YouTube shit, some of the videos that help us take off was in 2K we playing our versions of Kobe, right? Or we did going against all versions of Jordan. I want to eventually expand to other sports games as well. So maybe I'll try to hit a home run in all MLB games, and I try to do that on stream. So that's why I bought the MLB games, or trying to strike out X, Y, and Z baseball player in all of these games. So that's why we bought these, just to be on some different shit. I'm not buying these games because I think they are the most amazing banger games. It's to do certain ideas, right? And then the reason why I bought these NHL games is because I don't play NHL games, but I know eventually we're going to do those. So why not do something where maybe I try to give myself a year in all of these other NHL career modes and see how far I can get? Who fucking knows? All right. So it's really just what you're looking at right now is not the completed puzzle, if that makes sense. I don't know. When it comes to content, my mind be a little different. I don't know if that makes sense. Whatever. All right. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anyways, though, let's finish this.
Constantly for
Pinned. I should try to strike out every home run leader. Fucking banger. You see, that's why I like to do shit like that, because honestly, who the fuck is doing it? That's a banger idea. Shout out to the community. So we'll get on those games. Whoever led the league in home runs, I try to go on there and try to see if we strike them out. Come on now. Iron my shirt next stream? Absolutely not, because I'm not trying to impress y'all niggas. Sit here and watch the streams. Quit looking at my shirt.
over 15 years. Like at first there was a couple releases on Windows, and then they moved to PlayStation, and then PlayStation 2, Game Boy, Xbox. Then the Wii actually got a lot of titles that featured like the motion control stuff. And then it continued into the 360 and PS3 era. And while there was a ton of games with the Cabela's title, the main series was actually Cabela's Big Game Hunter. But there was a ton of sub-series as well. Like there was an off-road series, there was a deer hunt series, there was the dangerous hunt series, which I think focused on like, you know, boss type animals, I guess, or I don't know, like bigger animals. There was Outdoor Adventures, which was like an open world spin-off. And then there was like a lot of one-offs. Like there was African Safari, Alaskan Adventures, Outdoor Trivia Challenge, which is a trivia game. You get the picture though. Like it was just a bunch of slop constantly releasing. It was like cheaply made games that were easy to finish and not very well made. But I guess someone was buying them. I mean, I gotta be honest, some of them were good like early on, like in the early 2000s, but eventually they just kept pumping them out and they weren't very good quality. But after the Xbox One and PS4 came out, they began slowing down and then they completely fell off the map. Like up until
Beyond
2014,
Two Souls?
they had constantly
Yes, we played and beat Beyond Two Souls. That was a fire walkthrough as well. Hell yeah.
Released a game every single year, often like multiple games a year. But then nothing besides like one more Nintendo Switch release in 2018. But that was it. Like somehow I see them every single time I go into a video game store, just because of the fact that they made so many in like the 15.
Man, I'm telling y'all, Chet, like I kind of like doing different ideas that other people are not doing. So, bro, me and Sil talked in the past. Like I was like, yo, I'm gonna get a stream where we go play a hunting game and see what it's like to play a fucking hunting game on some random shit. Like a lot of this shit is going to happen this year. A lot, bro. One of these days I'm gonna get a random notification. We do random shit. That's what we do all of the time. So, we will do something like this, or maybe we'll do a game where we're doing some fishing or something. Who fucking knows?
Plus years that they were actively pumping out these games. So what happened in 2014 that they would just completely stop? The main reason was that all these titles were published by Activision, and in 2014 their licensing deal expired. And I couldn't really find another reason. I mean, there isn't much information on the actual process behind these games out there, but I guess Activision didn't feel like continuing pumping out these games and, you know, publishing them, and it didn't seem like anyone else was interested enough to pick up the publishing rights. But then after Cabela's was bought by Best Pro Shop, it seemed like they tried one more time to get someone, and Planet Entertainment picked up the publishing rights and they released Cabela's The Hunt Championship Edition on the Nintendo Switch in 2018. And obviously that game wasn't good either. It looked like a Wii era game, so sales must have been bad because we never saw anything again. Like they never tried again. This must have been like the one attempt that they had at selling this again, and you know, it didn't work out. So now
Bass Pro, listen, Chad, I'm addicted to fishing, bro, and I only went twice. That shit is so fucking peaceful. I've been telling my brothers and they better hurry the fuck up. I'm gonna leave them. I'm finna go fishing on my own. But now that I've done it, nigga, Bass Pro Shop is fire. You ain't catch. I didn't catch shit, nigga. I have not catch. But for me, I get addicted to learning new shit, new skills. That's why I went outside and built a whole fucking bench that my people are sitting on in Easter. I love to learn new shit. So, like, for me, the thrill of learning how to fish and, like, the experience of it is, like, got me hooked because I can't wait to fucking catch my first fish. Now, since I've done that, oh, my God, Bass Pro Shop got so much shit up in there. I get how niggas go in there and be, like, lost all day.
Water. You can still find copies of the old games pretty cheap, though.
Can't
like,
cut grass.
anywhere.
I
feel
cut my own
maybe
grass
I
right
should
now.
collect them all.
I learned
That'd be
that
kinda
in here.
crazy.
I feel good about including this, and I feel like nobody would think about this game making it on the list unless either
I learned to cut my grass. I know how to cut grass now, nigga. And I'm cold as fucking doing my edges. I ain't doing when I was younger.
Fish Fry Friday, man. You see, we got.
Hey, Cash, you can't send me these kind of videos because on God, when I get off stream, this what I watch. I be watching fishing videos, bro. I'm sick.
The grease hot.
You ain't gonna drop them straight in the grease right now.
I'm about to
bro.
drop him straight in the grease right now.
Just like that.
Nah, what we gonna do is
My
I'm gonna go
God,
ahead and
that
bust the
big
sides
ass
off this
fucking
fish real
is that a
quick.
catfish?
You hear it, man. You hear it. That's what's up. Knock it right off the stem. Got you a nice looking fillet there, man. Nice looking fillet. Hey, just like that, from catch the nuggets, man. Drop
That shit fresh than a motherfucker.
it in that grease, man. Man, happy Friday fish fry, man. We out on the boat, man. Yes, sir, man.
Don't get
Look at
fresh
that
in there
golden
on
nugget
God.
right there, man.
I know that bitch here. Give me some bread. I'm ready.
We ain't gonna waste no
What?
time, man.
Vlog, next time I go fish, I will. The first time I was doing some family shit.
Hey, come here, cameraman. Fish fry.
Hey, no cap. Now I'll be watching your videos and Cash, you done fucked up. What fishing is so damn fire, bro. If you never went, I highly advise you to go. Honestly, this is what you can do. Go to a Walmart or go to a local Walmart. You might not get no help. I've only went twice, so I'm in the same boat as you. Go to a Bass Pro Shop. Find one to represent and tell her you don't know what you're doing. Be like, hey, this is what I did. The first time I walked in there, I said, excuse me. I have no idea how to go fishing. My cousin said he want to learn. We ain't never do nothing like this. Help me. One of the reps helped me. We went out there. We didn't catch shit day one, but it was fire for the memories. Day two, I found a fishing spot in Houston. But that shit was so fire. The fish was jumping out the water. We couldn't catch none of them. Learn to fish. Man, I think I learned that's when you twist that bitch like 7 times, then put it through the loop. I swear, I got a video. Hold on. This is the second time I went fishing. Me and my brothers, we over here. Man, I'm about to catch this fish. We ain't catch a motherfucking thing. Hold on. This is my nephew. My nephew. I even got my nephew to go out here with us. He a scatterbrain ass nigga, but if he like that shit, it was, you know, fishing all right. Hold on. What a video with the fish jumping out the waters. Give me a minute. Look at my dumb ass throwing the fucking fishing rod the wrong way. What an idiot. So now that I know what I'm doing a little bit, bro, I didn't know how to throw a fishing rod. So I'm holding this shit and like throwing it and trying to flick it while it's in the air. You're a fucking idiot, nigga. It's not a fuck you throw no fucking fishing rod. So now I know. Flip that motherfucking spinner up. If y'all want a visual representation, I can get my fishing rod, but I don't think y'all give a fuck that much. But I got a spinning reel. Flip the top up, hold the line, and then fucking throw it. This shit gonna go far if you gotta wait on it. Then you, as soon as you hit the water, you lock it. At first, I'm doing some whole kind of tricky shit. I'm trying to throw it and flip it down. Too fucking much. Fuck are you doing? show us. All right, look. I'll show y'all real quick, and then maybe my fishing niggas can help me how to do it the right way. Hold on, give me a second. My garage right here. All right. So look. Let's see, I'm hitting shit already. So this is a spinning reel. Whenever the first thing that I was doing, I'm gonna zoom out. This is the first shit I was doing. It was really dumb. I would try to throw the line over my head, and then I flip it, and then right before I hit the water, I go, that's too much work. You don't fucking do that. The way that you cast a fishing line that I learned, before it go in the water, you open this bitch up. You will grab the line. You hold the line by your finger. This shit tied up. It's fucked up. You hold the line by your finger. You can throw it sideways or over your head. Then just throw the fucking line. It's gonna go far. Once it hit the water, lock this bitch down. Start trying to reel that bitch in. Now, I learned that the second time. The first time we fucking all kind of shit up. Shit kept getting tangled. Just fucking ass. But, like, I'm addicted to learning the niggas say no. Well, listen, if y'all got anything else, let me know. Let me know something. But I'm addicted to, like, learning the process of how to do this shit. Like, so fishing on some real cool shit is real chill the whole time. None of us was on our phones. I will be fishing more. 1,000%. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I do? All right. Back to the video. That's how I learned from my dad. I do know they got easier fishing rods, like the ones you press a button and it casts for you, but I feel like that's kind of cheating, bro. I want to learn like the regular way. This title. Let me ask you a question. This is a random question. Is fucking on Trey in my title? Maybe. He's timed out. If he got rid of it, I'm timing him out. Let me see this title real quick for somebody to change it. What did he do? Oh, he's timed out. I'm timing him out. High check. No, it's over. / timeout. GUAPO. I'm giving his ass the tools. He got the tools because he got away with it. He got the tools. He's done. This nigga got away with that. Look at my fucking title. He got away with that. Hey, man, why my camera keep getting blacker? Hey! Hey, this shit getting blacker. Real color. Fuck going on? Turn that shit off.
Either we put it in the thumbnail, and people are like, probably like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Fuck.
Or you're specifically thinking of this game, but when you hear the game, you're gonna be like, yep, that game's definitely here. We're talking about Trials. This is your opportunity, Lucas, to be like, yep, that game is definitely.
Yep, the game is definitely something for his list.
There you go. Trials is interesting. It started off as a browser game all the way back.
Yo, I remember this.
In 2000, and it had a couple of releases. I do remember playing it. I don't know if it was on addictinggames.com or on a site like Addicting Games.
I remember this on Mini Clips. Shout out to Mini Clips, bro. This shit accidentally landed me into going to bad websites I shouldn't have went to. Because one of my friends tried to tell me to go to Mini Clips, and my stupid ass put the wrong name when I was at when something popped up. I genuinely tried to put the wrong. How? Man, I tried to look up. Because, bro, look. I'm gonna be real. My friend was trying to tell me about Mini Clips growing up, but I told you earlier, I grew up broke as fuck. But I didn't want niggas to know how broke I was. So he said, you know about Mini Clips? Oh yeah, I be on there playing games all the time. I was fucking lying, nigga. You've never been there. You've never been there, nigga. Why the fuck did you just lie about that? So then what happened is after I got off the bus with him, it was time to go to like to the library. No, yeah, we was in the library. It was time to go to the library. I was like, shit, what all them games he said was there? So I tried to search it up to the best of my knowledge. And I did. I put something clips. And it wasn't no mini clips. So I was up and, yo, listen. Some booty popped on the screen. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. All because I want to sit there and fucking lie. Bro, all because I was, and I ain't gonna lie, I was at school, no cap. I heard him turn that bitch out. I'm being dead serious. Nigga, I was like, oh. I heard him turn that bitch out. I thought I was gonna get suspended. I'm riding this some dumb shit in my life, nigga. Hey, bro, I thought they were gonna suspend me as soon as that shit popped on that screen. Oh my God, bro. But yo, no cap. But eventually, once I learned what the game is, yo, Miniclips has some shit, bro. I definitely played this game.
Way back in the day.
I remember playing it on Miniclip. You ever had Miniclip?
Miniclip.
Oh, fuck no.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I was an Addicting Games kid. I was a Newgrounds kid, unfortunately. Trials overall, though, really started to get attention, obviously, with Trials HD, which was the Xbox 360 arcade
I never
game.
played this, but I remember seeing this on YouTube.
For however much it was. I want to say it was like 800 Microsoft points, which was like
Juice,
$10 back in the day. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was about that. It was fun. Like, I was good at it, but those last couple of levels were so difficult. I don't know if I ever actually beat them or got all the achievements. There was something I was trying to do in that game, and I remember spending hours and hours trying to do it. Now, there was a massive jump, though, from Trials HD to 3 years later when Trials Evolution came out. And this like redefined the game. And I think that Trials Evolution was just like the really polished next step for Trials. And like the differences between HD and Evolution is insane. Like it's really impressive. Both HD and Evolution got like 9 out of 10s across the board. Like people really liked it. I remember them advertising like the amount of customization and like custom tracks that you could do with Trials Evolution because they built this whole system. But like people were making like first person game modes, like first person like horror games in Trials Evolution. Like they had really built something where you could like just do a lot of different things. From there though, Trials would see a lot of other adventures, I guess we could say. There was Trials Fusion, which was a sequel 2 years later, which to be honest, I didn't really vibe with Trials Fusion as much. It wasn't bad, but it just felt like more of the same. It didn't feel like there was this massive jump between Trials Evolution and Trials Fusion. I want to say it still sold pretty well. I think the fact that there wasn't as much of a jump might have started to like make the market feel like it was oversaturated, but they were still pumping out Trials things because 2 more years later, they did Trials of the Blood Dragon. And then 3 years after that, they did Trials Rising, and that was it. This run from 2009 to 2019 of these console released Trials games, just...
You know what's crazy? Watching this game, nigga, this game is like the early version of that Only Up ass game. Like, I don't know if that makes sense or my mind's just going to a wrong place. Like, that's what these Only Up games are. Like, trying to get past these shits, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it kind of like, it's in the same vein a little bit. Yes, it's so much more different, though. Because Only Up games, like, you got a whole lot of more movement in your character and shit like that. It's so different. I get it. But in a lot of ways, it's kind of the same.
Abruptly ended in 2019 with Trials Rising, and Trials Rising still didn't score all that badly. Like, I mean, it was definitely lower, but I think the game just ran its course. I still think, though, even with the release of Trials Rising, though, people probably assumed there would be more Trials games coming in the future. I mean, obviously it hadn't happened. It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. I looked into Red Links, the development studio that made the Trials games, which were then purchased by Ubisoft in 2011. And after Trials Rising, they got put on support studio duty for a bit. They were a support studio for the Stadia version of Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Oh my God. I've never liked the Division game. That game was never good to me. Yo, that game had me feeling like I don't even like looter shooters. Well, I'm not really a looter shooter fan, even though I like Arc Raiders. It's kind of like the same. What's the extraction shooter? But the Division was fucking ass. Man, it wasn't nothing like shooting a motherfucker with 30 fucking clips and he wouldn't fucking die because he got a number over his head. Don't put a human in my face that can't die like that. Shit was fucking ass. I hated that game. Cap, that game was trash. And then the Dark Zone wasn't even fire like that. They tried to gas that Dark Zone up. It's literally Arc Raiders, but at least in Arc Raiders, nigga, if I'm shooting a Rocketeer, I'm cooling. Don't put no big ass nigga in no hoodie in front of me and he won't die. I'm shooting the fuck out this nigga, bro, with a purple gun. This nigga won't die.
Oh, dude.
And then they worked on an iOS game called Gwen's Getaway. And then they also worked as a support studio for Star Wars Outlaws. And then Ubisoft announced that they were laying off 60 employees and they were going to refocus the studio on developing mobile games in the future. So I don't think it's very likely we'll see Trials
I don't think I play Recon.
anytime soon, but I could be wrong. I mean, it could just drop any day now, but it has been 7 years since a Trials game. I just didn't expect it to just kind of drop like this with how much people were really.
Star Wars Outlaws was so ass. It was, yo, I'm not gonna lie, whenever they did the trailer to it, it looked kind of cool though. Like, I was like, man, I might try it. But didn't they have like black bars on that game? It was, man, I played it. Oh, you can turn the black bars off. Okay. Like, it looked interesting enough for me to be like, I might try it eventually, but I'll be real, I just forgot about it.
Liking Trials coming out on a regular basis and how well it was doing, but I don't know what they could have done to make things better. I mean, I could think of a ton of things they could have done, but I don't know if that was in the scope of what they wanted to budget for it. So
Kind of didn't like the last one. It was like a weird grind system.
I think I remember, didn't we play it when it came out?
Yeah, I think so, right?
We played it for like one night and then never played it again.
It got really boring really quickly.
I think I remember we literally, you, Dim, and I think played it for like maybe an hour and then we just stopped. I did beat Trials of the Blood Dragon. It was fine. It felt a little too over the top, but it was fine, I guess.
I've never played that, but that sounds cool actually.
It got worse reviews actually than
Damn.
the other Trials games. But I mean, I played it on Game Pass and I played it like through the whole story in like 3 hours, so 4 hours. It was pretty short. And I guess it wasn't the return of the Blood Dragon IP that people wanted, right? They wanted a Far Cry Blood Dragon and instead it's Trials of the Blood Dragon. Yeah, like it's not quite the same.
I hope the next one they make is the Division Blood Dragon that we...
Oh,
no, even better. Skull and Bones, the Blood Dragon.
they're cooking, dude. Beyond Good and Evil 2, Blood Dragon.
Oh, dude, actually, no. Now you're cooking, dude.
Now we're cooking, dude.
Fuck
Sony
no.
actually had another FPS franchise they started in the mid-2000s called Resistance. I don't know if many
Resistance Fall of Man. Remember this game.
people remember this, but I mean, it was definitely a big deal during the PS3 era. Do you remember?
Resist. I've heard of it for sure. I wasn't really big on PS3 though. I was an Xbox 360 and Wii player, dude, for life.
You know, it was a
Waiting on a PS1 game walkthrough. If I were to do one hypothetically, what game would it be? What game, Caillou?
thing during the PlayStation 3 area, and it was made by Insomniac Games, who are known for Ratchet and Clank, or at the time at least they were. It was like this alternate history shooter that was set in the 1950s, where World War II never happened, and instead aliens invaded Earth and turned people across Europe into like monsters and stuff. The first one was actually a PS3 launch title, like it came out with the PS3, and between 2006 and 2011, we got 3 mainline games: Resistance: Fall of Men,
Metal Gear Start. So I've never played the Metal Gear franchise. I know I missed a lot. But I think that I probably should not play that game because it's so outdated. I think if I want to get into the Metal Gear franchise, I should play like a remake. Because I believe everything y'all say about Metal Gear. I believe it. I think that shit might be too dated. Runchy loved it. All right, I'm going to give Runchy an opinion.
was the first one, then Resistance 2 in 2008, and then Resistance 3 in 2011. And there was even 2 spin-offs for PSP and PS Vita called Resistance Retribution in 2009 and Resistance Burning Skies in 2012, which were made by other studios. But Resistance 2, for example, was a massive hit, and it sold around 4 million units, and it seemed like Resistance was becoming another main PlayStation franchise. And with the PS4 approaching in 2014, people were expecting a Resistance 4 or something to be announced and come out for the next generation. I mean, they did the same thing with Killzone, like I talked about earlier, but nothing ever got announced, and Insomniac just kept releasing Ratchet and Clank games and eventually moved on, but we never saw Resistance again. Like, it just randomly stopped. And there's a couple things that happened. So Resistance 4 was actually pitched around 2012, but because Sony felt like there are too many post-apocalyptic games in the works, with, you know, The Last of Us coming up in 2013 and Days Gone also being in development, it just seemed risky to add another game to this like thematic genre of post-apocalyptic, the word players might burn out of it, and Resistance 4 was rejected, and Insomniac just moved on to other things. They eventually made Sunset Overdrive, and then ended up making Spider-Man, which, you know, became such a massive hit that like they're obviously not going to do anything else. Like, you know, they're not going to go back to Resistance after Spider-Man just made billions of dollars. I'm sure the thing that I talked about with Killzone, where they wanted more.
Yo, listen, to all my people that did not have the money to buy certain consoles, I want to thank all of the YouTubers that held me down during the Sunset Overdrive era. Shout out to Chase. I was too busy searching up giveaways trying to win the Xbox. So what I did was I was watching Chase play that bitch, nigga. What? I couldn't wait for a video to get uploaded. Watching shit out of Rad Brad playing them bitches. Yo, it's on Steam with shit. I done already watched walkthrough. Now I'm good on it. What? Yo, I'm talking about, I still watch Chase videos to this day. Still, you gotta put them on because they still entertaining. But especially back then, heavy playlist gang, nigga. I'm like, I used to check them Chase playlists being mad when he upload the latest videos. Bro, what a video at Chase? Nigga, what?
Cinematic experiences also played into the decision, but Resistance 3 didn't sell well. It only sold 1.5 million copies. Critics loved the game, but the general audience was just more interested in Call of Duty and other first-person shooters. The franchise got replaced with a much more successful franchise.
I still be saying it. No, don't get it wrong. To this day, I still do. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But like, I can acknowledge, at least for me and myself, it's not how bad I used to be. Like now, I guess because I do content now, I be real chill and I be chilling. Well, back then, if I got out of school or, like, if I got from my side playing and that motherfucking new Midnight Club wasn't in the playlist, I'm like, man, this nigga bullshit.
There's probably close to zero chance
that
that
was
Resistance
terrible,
will return.
nigga.
It's just kind of dead.
And we have one final game. And this game is one that we've been hyped to talk about. The whole video is based off of this one game. Not really, but Luke, have you ever played Tack and the Power of Juju?
Fuck no. What the fuck is that?
Wait, what is that about?
Wait, have you ever heard of it?
No.
Really?
Wait, the Juju, dude?
Tack and the Power of Juju.
You
Tack was
smoked
he?
the Juju? Like, what's that about?
So this game is actually crazy. If you are like 30 and live
Yo, I seen this ugly ass nigga before. It's GameCube. I told y'all, bro, I really got trauma behind this. Man, I should have addressed that shit when this nigga's in my house yesterday, bro. Y'all know my cousin that I showed y'all? He had, we went fishing. He thought he caught a fish. He caught a shirt. That's my nigga. I love him. That's the nigga that wouldn't let me play his GameCube. Fucking asshole. That nigga wouldn't let me play his GameCube. This is why I don't have a relationship with Mario, bro. Because this nigga would never let nobody play his fucking game. This nigga was selfish.
in North America, maybe grew up in
Yo.
North America, and you watch like Nickelodeon, you definitely know about this game because their marketing budget was $8 million to get this game off of the ground because they weren't just trying to launch a platforming game for the GameCube and PS2. They were trying to launch a brand new IP. They had already made plans before the game went into development to partner with Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon was going to do stuff with the IP also. So like they were growing things out. The only reason this really falls into this list where like I think people were blindsided by the death of this series and that there hadn't been anything was because of how heavily the game was marketed when the first one came out. Like I said, an $8.7 million marketing budget for a kid's platforming game that's a brand new IP is insane, but they were trying to get people familiar with the character. I think they were even marketing the game knowing that not every person who would see that commercial would maybe buy the game, but there would be more brand awareness. So if down the road they want to do more with Tack and the Power of Juju, they could. Now, they did also have a TV show being produced by Nickelodeon, an animated series, which would end up releasing on Nickelodeon. This is where I remember things being weird, because you would think, okay, they're making a game series and they're gonna make a TV show, and they're kind of collaborating and like figuring this stuff out around the same time, right? But the idea was to build the intellectual property out in video game form and then expand into TV. So there would be sequels to Tack and the Power of Juju released on a yearly basis. So there was Tack and the Power of Juju that released in 2003. Then in 2004, there was Tack 2, The Staff of Dreams, which even had Nickelodeon like stuck on the cover of the game. They were like, this is us. And it came out on Xbox as well. And there was like a GBA version, but who cares? Another year later, in 2005, there was Tack the Great Juju Challenge. Okay, so they planned these 3 games out, right? And you're like, okay, like this is gonna coincide with a show. Like they got all this stuff going, firing all cylinders. But they didn't even release the show till 2 years after the 3rd game came out.
That makes no fucking sense.
Why didn't they put the show out at the same time as the first game or maybe the second game? Why did they wait until 2 years after the third game released and then they're like, oh, we got to release a game? So in 2008, they got a different studio because they didn't have the original studio that made the first 3 games make like a slopware game called Tak and the Guardians of Gross. And that game scored pretty badly. And it came out on the PS2 and the Wii. Like, what are we doing here? Like 2007 PS2 and Wii game. I just don't understand.
Take time to animate it. I mean, yes, what you saying might be true, but why not roll it out? This 3-game layout rollout to release aside the TV show. If we know it take time, why would we put these games out 2 years before the actual TV show come out? It makes no sense.
All this money doing all of this, the show got 1 season and then they canceled it. I don't know, dude, but I do remember vividly how much of a marketing budget went into the first Tak game, because I remember seeing that game on TV, like for commercials, going to stores and they'd have like kiosks set up.
Man, bro, y'all niggas don't know what it's like to your mama tell you go to y'all going to Walmart and I run to that video game out so I can try to see if nobody playing that game. And then if nobody playing it, you go and play the shit out of the game. Your neck hurt like a motherfucker playing that shit. That neck hurt like a motherfucker, nigga. Yo, my mama knew she can go shop for whatever she needed. You know where I'm at. And yo, the pain of when you got there and somebody was hugging it, especially a grown ass person, bro, please go move. You can buy this. I can't. Please move. You a bitch. Yo, nigga, that shit hurt, nigga.
Where you could play Tak and Power of Juju if you wanted to. It's such a bizarre game. And I've thought about this game a few times in the last 6 months. I wanted to find a video that I could eventually talk about this game where it fit. And finally, we have a topic where I think it fits. But like, hell was Tak.
This is a weird franchise. I guess they must have not had the marketing budget to market this in Europe much, because I have never heard about this.
Wait, really? I guess it came out like a year later in Europe, the first one. That then made me think, though, of another game series.
How many of us were those
necessarily fall into this category?
Like,
because I don't think anybody necessarily thought Viva Piñata would have like the long leg.
Oh, nigga, no. One time I thought my mama left me in Walmart. I'm over there. I'm searching by the auto parts. You know how long I got to search for mama to be by the auto parts? She was by returns. No, mama, where you at?
Eggs to be like a massive series forever, right? I think it had 2 sequels and a DS version. This was around the same time as Tak, I think, a little bit later, but it also got an animated TV series.
Oh my God, I remember
watching it on my Comcast like DVR thing that I had in my bedroom. It wasn't DVR, I forgot what it was called. They had Comcast Direct, something that they had where you could like look at stuff. And I remember never playing a Viva Piñata game, but watching like a couple episodes to see what it was.
I remember
thought it was cool. There was like a video game that got turned into a series. I always thought that in itself was cool, but I remember thinking it was pretty mid. There were a bunch of piñatas talking and stuff. It did get 2 seasons though, 52 episodes. I want to say it wasn't like the worst thing I'd ever seen in my life though, but I mean, it wasn't like the best thing either. But I also was probably growing out of that age of these types of shows being my age demographic. So that was what, 12?
I'm just grown enough to know, like, bro, some of these shows was just fire when we was kids. They was cartoons. That shit looked fucking ass.
11 when I watched it, maybe even younger. 2006, probably 11.
I talk about a lot of PlayStation franchise, so I might as well talk about another one, right? Little Big Planet was the absolute heart and soul of the PlayStation 3 era. Like, it was the mascot of PlayStation.
Shout out to Gang, bro. Little Big Planet. Sackboy was a legend, bro. The only reason why I even learned to play this game was when the PS3 went out and they gave me this game for free, and after that I was hooked.
During that time. And it was a puzzle platformer, but it was more than a game too. It was a platform where you could build levels with tools that were similar to developer tools and then share them online. It was more like a platform, you know, something like, you know, we would say Mario Maker later. It was essentially like that, right? And it was a massively popular game, and there was over 10 million user-created levels at its peak.
Mario, wait, this came out before Mario Maker?
And spin-offs, like it even got a carding game. There was handheld versions for the PSP and PS Vita, and then even the next-gen console, the PS4, got Little Big Planet 3. But like nowadays, it seems like all of that is just like so long in the past, and everything that has happened with this franchise has been kind of like bad since then. But mainly, the biggest thing is that you can't play the original games anymore. There was a DDoS attack on the Sony servers in 2021, so they had to shut down the PS3 servers for those games, and they just never came back. And then they also shut down the servers for the PlayStation 4 version of...
This is the problem with always online games. This shit is garbage. Man, I can't wait till we get some level of a shift in the industry to get rid of this bullshit, but I don't think it's ever going to happen because years later down the road, this shit becomes lost media. We can't play Little Big Planets, the OGs. What do you mean? That's ass.
Little Big Planet 3 in 2024 and delisted that game. They did try one more time in
I was like these when PlayStation went out.
Hell no.
2020 with a spin-off called
Chris Smoove was camping. Man, listen. Chris Smoove made camping look so fucking fun. While this nigga was sitting there waiting on the noob with the motherfucking claymores and camping in that corner, trying to get an AC-130. The broke version of me was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get Call of Duty and play the same way. And then I got Call of Duty and realized this shit boring than a bitch. Boy, I was ADHD. I couldn't play like that, bro. I sat in that corner for like 5 minutes, bro. With nobody going in there, been running and gunning ever since. Hey, nigga, I've been running and gunning ever since. Bro, I wasn't doing that shit. You want to know what it was, bro? I eventually transitioned into the niggas in Chris Smoove videos that he was killing. I was the niggas coming back for revenge deaths. Because, yo, Chris Smoove would kill a nigga in this video with a claymore, and they kept running back trying to kill him. I became those people. Because when a nigga killed me, man, I got to kill this bitch. I kept going to that spot till I kill you once.
Sackboy, a big adventure, which was randomly announced.
Yeah, but not for me. That shit boring as hell.
And it wasn't a platformer where you create stuff. There was no creation in the game. Instead, it was just like a 3D platformer, like Super Mario 3D World or something like that, right? You know, a lot of issues from what I've read came with the fact that when they made the third one,
like
the engine that they've been using was so hard to work with because they kept like wanting to keep all the levels from the previous one, so they just had to keep adding on, and by the third one, it was just like a technical mess, and the game was buggy. They had to drop the engine, and I guess when they decided to drop the engine, they decided that, you know, the sequels and stuff would stop, and they tried again with this 3D platformer, and that's just kind of it. I think there was another mobile game that came out, but, you know, who really cares about the mobile game for Little Big Planet?
Cash, you're done.
Whatever. So, just done. Just dead in the water.
You know what's interesting is I remember after I had my Wii for a year or two, I was ready to level up. You know, I was going into the 8th
double
grade, I was in the 8th
tomahawk.
grade.
Get the fucking
I
nerd
needed,
ass
like,
out of
a
here.
grown-up system. My brothers had Xbox 360s, but I told my mom I wanted a PlayStation 3 for Christmas because I was like, I'm gonna need to play Little Big Planet. Like, I mean, this
Anybody
is
remember
like
Kane and Lynch? Let me tell you what. Oh shit, wrong video.
It was, yeah.
Kane and Lynch
literally
is one of the worst video games I've ever played. Listen, you want to watch a go to YouTube series? I don't mean to self-promo. Please, if you never watch me and Chase play Kane and Lynch, go play that. That game is terrible. Holy shit. That game is terrible, bro.
sat me down like they're giving like a family intervention.
You watched it
And
again
like
last
asking what I
month,
was
bro.
doing and
Never,
why I was
bro.
thinking that way, and like they literally intervened, and I ended up getting Xbox 360 instead. They talked me out of it. They're like, you just play like Halo, and you don't need to play Little Big Planet. It's not going to be that good. So I never ended up actually playing Little Big Planet. That's like a whole split. I wonder what my
Play
gaming
Wii Sports,
preferences would
try
be
to
like
beat
nowadays.
every
If I
sport.
got on the PlayStation 3.
Probably never made Halo
Video.
videos.
And then would we be YouTubers, or would I have just been like a Killzone
Video,
YouTuber?
maybe.
Dude, I don't think. I mean, if in that timeline, Killzone also
What
became
about?
bigger than Halo, then maybe. But I believe in the multiverse theory, somewhat. But I don't think there's a single one where Killzone became bigger than Halo.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, no, wild times though, if you
I
think
like this
about
video.
it.
It's
Little
a
Big
cool
Planet
video. It's not
4
about the
just
video
kind of
game.
seems like something you would have expected them to do at some point, though. I just don't know why it never happened.
I mean, nowadays they have a successful 3D platformer Astrobot, right? That's like massively beloved. So like, there's really no reason to go back.
And I'm sure it has references to Little Big Planet in there. So like,
It does.
Oh yeah, you can play as the Sackboy. I'm pretty sure. Like,
okay, this one like kind of teetered the line of honorable mention or just like full send talking about it. But like Nintendogs, it was a short-lived series,
sister
sure.
had
But
this
with how
shit, bro.
massive the first game ended up being, like it was like essentially like required gameplay
my
for DS.
God,
If you
my
had a DS
sister
and you
had
didn't have Nintendogs, like what are you doing? Which is crazy looking back now because I felt like Nintendogs didn't really have all that much depth to it. Yet I had 2 copies of Nintendogs. There was no reason to have 2 copies of Nintendogs, by the way. You could get all of the dogs that were in one game without having to buy multiple. It wasn't like Pokemon, but people didn't know that. And you know, you bought more copies of Nintendogs. Did you ever play Nintendogs?
yeah. I think on the original DS. I don't know if I ever picked up the 3DS one.
Yeah, nobody did. Because who cares about Nintendogs after you've experienced it one time?
Yep.
Even with that being said, right? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, obviously, nobody bought Nintendogs plus Cats for the Nintendo 3DS in 2011 as a launch title for the DS. The
It's
3DS.
probably
Was it a launch
somebody
title?
to this
Almost
day still taking care of their damn Nintendo. Let that motherfucking let them zeros and ones go get a real dog. Fucking sick.
launch title for the 3DS. It was an early game if it wasn't a launch title. Nonetheless,
Fucking
even knowing what I know about
sick.
Nintendogs, and me as a teenager knowing I wasn't going to buy Nintendogs plus Cats or the 3DS when I bought a 3DS, it still shocked me that Nintendogs died after Nintendogs plus Cats. Because you just think
When the
like,
Sims dropped the
yeah,
PS DLC,
Nintendogs,
though,
like,
oh,
everybody has it. Of course it's going to
1000%.
continue to get games
I
in the
didn't
future,
even- I
right?
didn't
It was the
remember- like,
second
think about that.
best-selling Nintendo DS game. It beat out Pokemon. It beat out Mario Kart DS. That's crazy. Mario Kart and Pokemon are consistently top sellers on Nintendo hardware. Animal Crossing's up there too. Back in the DS days, it was like rank 9. Nintendogs was rank 2, just only getting beat out by New Super Mario Bros. By 7 million copies. It had 23.96 million copies sold of Nintendogs, but by the 3DS release,
What
that
videos
number
is this
dwindled all the way
video
down to
is
3
game
million.
series that
Honestly,
nobody,
still kind of
thought would
impressive.
die.
I've never heard
Sorry.
of anyone ever playing this game ever in my life. I don't know a single person.
Nigga, I played Pets, this dog's game on me. My sister had it, the Nintendogs. And nigga, I would take her Nintendo DS when we was sitting on the couch and I would play that motherfucker. I don't know why that shit was cool.
Who owns this game? But apparently they're out there and there's 3 million of them. So what does that say? Do you know, I think there's even a case though for Nintendogs to make a return. Like I feel like if they wanted to, they easily could have done Nintendogs for Switch. I think it could appeal to a new generation if they added more, but Nintendogs plus Cats did feel more like a rehash of the same thing. And the fact that there was already like all these other games on handhelds, like the Pets series that was really big back then, which I don't think they exist nowadays, but back then they were capitalizing on the virtual pet on handheld market. But I feel like it could have come back.
Maybe, but I just feel like
I
it
dead
was
ass
like
don't
a
think my
glorified
sister had
tech
any other
demo
game
for
on the Nintendo DS
Maybe,
besides
yeah.
Pets.
The touchscreen was, you play with the dog, you throw the
And
ball.
some
you
dumbass
put them-
horse
like
game.
without the touchscreen,
Ain't
doesn't
a
really
horse
work. I
game.
guess the Switch still has a touchscreen, but it's definitely not as emphasized as it was with the DS.
Well, isn't there now? Didn't Nintendo just show off something with their partner showcase? It's literally like a Nintendogs like game, but it's not made by them. It's like dogs that died or something.
What happened to
Well, I don't
Mirror's
know what
Edge?
the
They
game's
put out
called.
a second
Dogs
one.
that died.
Isn't that what it's called?
I don't
It's
think
not
it
what
met
it's
the hype of
called.
the first one.
Okay, it's not called Dogs That Died.
Chase Mirror
My
Edge
bad.
walkthrough had me
Oh,
hooked too.
I got that one wrong. It's called My Little Puppy. It's about dogs that died, and it looks like so
Fuck
much fun.
no.
Like there is so much more going on than anything you could do in Nintendogs. So you know what? I'll give them credit. And I guess we could like assume like, we could have some headcanon that these could be those dogs from Nintendogs that died, and now what they're up to, living a better life without us.
It's not a Nintendo game, right?
No, but it was revealed at the Nintendo Indie World showcase that they do.
I think it's just a release. The game.
Kirby Land is heat. Yo, I don't know. What's that Kirby game that I played where like he swallowed a damn car and become the car? I played that game, beat that game. That game is fucking gas. I don't know this Kirby Land. That bitch is gas.
Released a year
Had me
ago on
hooked,
PC
nigga.
already.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's just it's just a Switch version.
What the hell?
But it's made by Krafton.
Who are they?
PUBG.
PUBG?
Developed by
Video,
Avalanche
longest thing is
Studios,
literally
Just
almost over.
Cause was an open world.
Just Cause was fucking terrible, bro. I don't know why people play this game. This game was the most pointless game ever for me, nigga. All you do is run and blow shit up without a story. You tripping? I'm not. This shit was weak.
action-adventure series that kind of stood out amongst other open-world series like GTA or Far Cry, because Just Cause was entirely about creative destruction and playing around with the sandbox. Like, the sandbox was really fun and impressive for the time. You had this grappling hook and the parachute, and you could just like traverse the map without much hindering you, and it was just like fun and kind of like a mindless time-wasting game to play almost.
Just Cause, nigga, read. That shit sound ass. Let me tell you what. I don't watch movies that ain't got no real good plot. I don't play no games that just got me doing mindless ass bullshit unless it's a fucking sports game. A game where I'm just blowing up shit just cause is ass.
But fun, you know. With the second one, Square Enix picked up the publishing rights and they kept the developer and they would continue the franchise onwards. And with Just Cause 2 in 2010, the franchise became a massive hit. Bro. And the follow-up game, Just Cause 3 in 2015, was
it's
even
you fight
better and even more well-received. And both of these games each sold around 5 to 6 million copies. That's pretty respectable. They wanted to put out Just Cause 4 even quicker. During this time, before Just Cause 4 came out, it seemed like it was on track to become a continuous franchise and, you know, kind of had its own niche carved out. It just seemed like
this
it was
is the
gonna
Fast
keep
and
going.
Furious
like, I don't
franchise.
know. Nobody expected
gaming,
the franchise to die, but when
and
Just Cause 4 came out, the magic kind of was gone. And I don't know what it exactly is. You know, maybe they didn't innovate enough with the fourth one in the right ways. Like they focused on adding weather encounters like tornadoes and blizzards, and maybe just that wasn't enough. And graphically, it wasn't that different from Just Cause 3. It sold incredibly bad, and Square Enix actually blamed Just Cause 4 for their losses that year, stating that the sales didn't even make up for the development cost of the game. The series went dark, and we just didn't see Just Cause ever again. That was just kind of it. Like we never
Trey, you bugging.
saw an announcement.
What about Just Cause 5?
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just like, you said we never saw anything again. I was like, what do you mean? It was Just Cause 5.
No, nothing official.
Oh.
Eventually, it was revealed that Just Cause 5 was in development by a different studio, Sumo Digital, for about 2 years, but that was cancelled in 2023, 2024, when like a lot of projects were just cancelled because studios realigned their expectations and everything that wasn't gonna be like a big mega hit just got shelved. And the original studio moved on to other games. They made Rage 2, which also is a weird game. That is actually like a franchise I would have never expected to just return. After the first one, I didn't think there was gonna be a second Rage, and eventually they announced an Xbox exclusive called Contraband in cooperation with Microsoft. But then last year, when Xbox killed a bunch of games in development, the Contraband game was one of them, and following that, they laid off a bunch of people, and that specific location also got closed, I think. So with the original developer gone, and you know, them not having much faith in the franchise, I don't think we'll ever see Just Cause again. I mean, 5 just got canceled a couple years ago. They really didn't think it was gonna sell well.
Yes, I did, bro. Brink was kind of gas for a little minute, bro. Cause like you could like jump off wall. I think Brink low-key was a little bit ahead of his time, nigga. Brink was kind of gas, bro. That bitch died. That's when Call of Duty was like legit a monster. You couldn't compete with it, bro.
So yeah, I don't know. Just kind of
you still got this fuck Brink. Chill out,
The
bro.
Sims is a rare case of a game franchise kind of being killed by its own longevity. But like
The Sims, the only reason why this game is currently dying or not still popular is legitimately, shout out to TBA's corporate greed. They are continuing, and this is not exactly what TBA says. He often mentions corporate greed, but in my opinion, they continue to want to monetize everything in this game and try to squeeze every little bit of dollar out of their current community instead of developing a new game. Because they want to treat the next game as a fucking service. This shit is ridiculous, bro. They so fucking greedy.
Let me explain, because it's a little more nuanced. So, in 2000, Maxis launched the first Sims, and it was revolutionary, and it turned into one of the best-selling PC franchises at the time. Between 2000 and 2004, we got 3 massive mainline entries. The Sims 3 in 2009 was like the best version, or you know, that's when the franchise peaked for a lot of people, because they added like open-world elements, like open-world neighborhoods, and real-time aging and stuff. And then when the Sims 4 launched in 2014, it actually, at first, was very much hated on, and it stripped away a lot of the features that Sims 3 had at the end, so it could run on lower-end PCs. But instead of moving on to The Sims 5, after years of Sims 4, EA realized they could just keep selling DLC. So they made Sims 4 free to play, and they kept pumping out Sims DLC. Like, they're still at it 12 years later. We're at the point where there's over $1,000 worth of DLC. And in late 2024, EA officially confirmed there would be no more numbered sequels, like no Sims 5, because people just have so much investment in Sims 4, like monetary investment. People aren't gonna move to Sims 5 and have to spend money all over again. They're just gonna stay on Sims 4 anyways. So I guess they're just gonna keep selling.
It's not true if you actually develop something that's worthwhile that you can't do in the other games. The technology has changed from 12 years to where you can put something innovative in these games. You just fucking you just know right now you got a low cost moneymaker and you don't want to make anything else.
Sims 4 DLC for the foreseeable future, and they did announce like a multiplayer cross-platform social platform spin-off called Project Renee. It's just a spin-off. It's not a sequel or anything, but I don't know if that's ever gonna come out, and that sounds like a really weird concept. It sounds like I don't even know. It just seems like something that could get canceled at any point. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's still in development years later, and we haven't really heard any updates, so I don't know where that is. And yeah, it just seems like we're gonna never get that Sims 5. Just seems like Sims 4 will be the last one for at least a long time.
Kind of crazy. I don't think anybody anticipated Sims 4 to be the last Sims game at all.
No, because like people hated it.
Right. Early on when it first came out, it was hated on. So that's it. These are the games that we picked. What did you think? Did we miss any? I know there's a lot of games out there that probably...
Cool video. It was a longer video, 1000%, but we broke it down in 2 streams. One thing I do, I just like anybody else up in here, I love talking about video games, so chilling on that. W Reaction, appreciate y'all. Let's play MLB.